It's a one-game margin in the NFC East, and it's one of those rare nights where Cowboy fans are pulling for the Redskins. Temperature in the mid-50s, slight overcast, wind not a significant factor. Beautiful day just outside of D.C. Brandon Banks set to take the opening kickoff back for Washington. Lawrence Tynes kicks for the Giants. Expecting a good one, and off we go. Line drive hit, going to go all the way back, and no return opportunity for Banks. So here's Robert Griffin III, the Heisman Trophy winner, and John, this great rushing offense that he's leading with Washington.
Two rookies, and it's a 1-2 punch. Robert Griffin and Alfred Morris. They must get started and keep it going all night long. They don't want to fall behind because the New York Giants pass rush can mismatch this Redskin offensive line.
Opening drive starts from the 20, and Griffin right away shot downfield for Pierre Garçon. Double covered and incomplete. Griffin, 4 interceptions, very atypical for a rookie. A lot of short passes with the bubble screens, but very effective.
A lot of passes are what I call one and done. Play action passes, max pro, throw it to one guy, or run yourself. High percentage underneath passing game, but they do a great job taking shots just like they just did.
Second down, second throw. It's the tight end through the hands of Logan Paulson. And incomplete. So 3rd and 10 coming up for this Giants defense. And from an injury perspective, they have Kenny Phillips in the lineup tonight. Jason Pierre-Paul, who is suffering from a back injury. They're both a go.
When you play the Redskins offense, it's all about assignment football. You must stop the option and be disciplined doing it. And it's one snap at a time. It doesn't matter if you have a good quarter or a good half. If you make one mistake against RG3, he hurts you real bad.
What we showed you at the top of the game, NASCAR, 4 speedy DNs on the field at once. That's what's here for 3rd and 10. Umanura hits Griffin as the pass is complete to Logan Paulson, who extends the ball, and the mark, if it's touching the 30, will give him a first down. It's not. It's 4th down and short.
Osi Umanura wears Griffin out right here. The kind of hits Robert Griffin takes scare me, Mike. He's had tremendous success as a rookie, but he has paid for a lot of that success.
Redskins were disappointed with the spot as they were trying to get the ball to break the 30-yard line plane, much like the goal line, to get a first down. And Mike Shanahan's going to challenge that right away. Savraka and the punting unit was on. It's the same principle and concept as the end zone.
Is challenging the rule of the field that the ball was beyond the line of the game.
Because it was a touchback on the kickoff and started at the 20. So when he goes out of bounds, has the ball broken the 30-yard line plane, plus a first down. Our first challenge of the game.
So the first
of Washington, D.C., just a dozen miles away from where we are in Landover at FedEx Field. So Mike Shanahan has challenged this ruling here on the field. You watch the feet of the tight end Paulson. They remain in bounds. Now you're looking for the ball. Jerry Austin, twice the referee in the Super Bowl, is with us every Monday night. Jerry, as we look at this, what do we need to concentrate on with where the ball is at this point?
Well, if his foot is near the sideline and the ball is wider than his foot, then that means the ball is over the sideline. And it's where the ball crossed the sideline that will determine whether it's a first down or not. And it appears that they can't change this play.
Yeah, there's not a definitive angle or look to see it. And Jerome Boger has looked under the hood and now will come out with this ruling.
After reviewing the play, the ball is moved forward to the 30-and-1/2-yard line. The result of the play will be 1st and 10 for Washington. Washington does not charge a timeout.
And they can earn a 3rd challenge. That was an interesting place, John, from a coaching perspective, to go for that challenge.
Well, it was right on his sideline. And if you're going to challenge a spot, you might as well challenge a spot that occurs right in front of you.
And that last shot that we were showing was the definitive one, as Jerome Boger was looking at that same shot via replay. 20 seconds in, 3 passes, a challenge, and a Washington first down. And here's the first run. It's Alfred Morris out of Florida Atlantic. Gains only a yard. John, you mentioned on that play, we spent time on the spot and the review, all the hits Griffin has taken in the first 11 games.
Yeah, some of these hits are just too vicious to imagine a quarterback taken for very long. And I think as dynamic a player as Griffin is, he's got to do a much better job taking care of the top of his head and his throwing shoulder. And he plays with a reckless style. He's already been hit and smashed once tonight. I just worry about this kid.
That Atlanta play that you saw left him with a concussion. Morris to the left. Very powerful, strong runner. Hard to bring down with the first hit. 6th round pick out of Florida Atlantic. That's where Howard Schnellenberger started a program, and he had some great rushing numbers there.
32 carries of 10 yards or more. Mike Shanahan coached Alfred Morris in the Senior Bowl. You see Bobby Turner, the running back coach there. He discovers a lot of gems at the running back position. You got to give Bobby Turner a lot of credit because Alfred Morris has been one of the steals of this year's draft.
He's out. Evan Royster, the back, 3rd and 4. And a Griffin throws incomplete. Out of the hands of Pierre Garçon, who had missed a half-dozen games with a torn ligament in his toe. So they'll punt after picking up 1 first down.
Well, just a simple hook route into the short side of the field. Washington needs to make these kind of plays against the defending world champions to win tonight. That should be routine. Garçon, who's been hurt, missed a lot of practice, and it showed there.
Sav Rocco with the punt. And we caught by Ruben Randall at the 12. And the Giant rookie gets tagged at the 20 as a flag comes down. As well, Perry Riley with the special teams hit. Net of 43. And then we'll add the penalty in on the back end.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team, number 39. 10-yard penalty. New York keeps the ball. First down.
So
Timeout.
Reserve safety Sash. With all due respect to Y.A. Tittle, Charlie Connerly, Phil Simms, you're looking at the best of the Giants quarterbacks. 2-time Super Bowl champion Eli Manning rewriting the Giants record book. Some solid numbers again this year, coming off his best game of the season against the Packers. Lamont Bradshaw as the back. Manning throws complete to Bear Pasco. Takes a hit, keeps on going. 16 yards and a first down.
Man-to-man coverage, 5-man rush, and Eli Manning does a great job retreating. Just watch him retreat away from the blitz and find Pasco coming on your right side. That's a great play by Eli Manning, standing strong in the pocket with the Washington Redskins beating down on him. That doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
First catch for Pasco since the Cleveland game, back first week of October. Bradshaw slips as he comes through the hole and gains just a couple of yards. Bradshaw's going to carry a lot of the load. Andre Brown, that broken fibula last week. John, here's a look at the Giants offense. Let's note Sean Locklear starts tonight for David Deal.
And the Giants are going to have to pick up blitzes tonight, Mike, especially rookie running back David Wilson, who's pressed into service. And they must get Hakeem Nicks going. He's had a lingering foot problem. He's the key to this New York Giant pass offense.
The gain of 2 to toss to Bradshaw. Kevin Booth trying to lead the way as a pulling guard. Bradshaw knocked out of bounds about the 31-yard line. You like Bradshaw and his toughness. He's your kind of back.
He's a Gruden grinder back. This is one tough cookie. He's had a lot of foot problems. He's only about 5'8", but he's 210 pounds. He's the emotional leader of the New York Giants. He'll get into it with Tom Coughlin on the sideline. He's excited about his running mate tonight, David Wilson, the rookie out of Virginia Tech. Big third down for the Giants.
And on this third down, Craig Lumpkin, who they signed this week because of the injury to Brown, comes in and will help pass protect with Eli. 3rd and 5. Manning throws complete for the first down to Jarrell Jernigan, who spent a good part of this week imitating Robert Griffin III, helping the Giants defense get ready.
Jarrell Jernigan, Ramses Barden, Andre Brown. It doesn't matter. Jernigan's going to come in motion. It's going to be too deep, man-to-man underneath. You're going to see number 30, DJ Johnson, cover Jernigan. He breaks to the outside. Ball's thrown perfectly. And you saw Josh Wilson, number 26, peel off his coverage late. Great concentration by Jernigan.
Just his second NFL catch. Manning throws complete. And breaking the tackle is Martellus Bennett. The former Cowboy tight end is having a terrific season. Giants on the move on this opening drive.
Just a beautiful timing pattern. You're going to see Bennett break to the outside. Eli takes a 5-step drop. One hitch. Ball's thrown perfectly to the outside. And London Fletcher, who's had that bad ankle, misses a tackle. And Bennett has quietly become a great offseason acquisition for this Giant offense.
Gain of 22. 40th catch of the year for Bennett. David Wilson, the rookie, is in. Very speedy. Out of Virginia Tech. Here goes the rookie on the run to the left. Gets tagged by Fletcher. Good game. And London Fletcher, John mentioned the bad ankle, as the 37-year-old in his 15th year in the league.
He didn't look like a 15-year veteran here. He knew it was a toss play. He knows they got a rookie track guy playing running back. They're going to try to get David Wilson to the outside on a perimeter toss. That time, London Fletcher exploded on impact. Great play.
And this was one of those games where you didn't know if the streak was going to continue. The ankle bothering him. Did not practice all week. After a gain of 5. Bradshaw up the middle, first down to the 23-yard line. So the Giants take the ball off their own 10 and are moving it on Washington.
This kid is very shifty, Ahmad Bradshaw. You're going to see the Redskins try to run one of these cross dog blitzes. They get caught in the wash, and Bradshaw does a great job with his exceptional vision and change of direction, knifing inside for a first down. This is an impressive statement drive by the defending champs.
Movement by Locklear.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That happened on the first drive of the first game against the Redskins. A Locklear false start. There's the Washington defense, their coordinator, Jim Haslett.
Well, they're going to try to exhaust Eli Manning with a lot of different looks tonight. That's easier said than done. But at the end of the night, Manning will have to decipher the Redskins pressure package and determine, are they blitzing or are they bluffing? Watch that at home.
28, Bradshaw coming left. Comes into the front of that defense. And there's not much there. It is Stephen Bowen starting it. John's a good run defense for Washington.
There's no question about it. I like to go back to that penalty, Mike. The Giants have only been penalized 4 times a game. They're one of the fewest penalized teams in football, and Tom Coughlin takes particular pride in that. So far, we've seen 1 on special teams, 1 on the offensive line. They've got to continue to master their discipline at avoiding penalties.
Only Atlanta fewer penalties per game in the league this year. 4 receivers, 2nd and 15, Eli. Underneath route, Victor Cruz. Offensive Redskins around him, bringing Cruz down at the 21. We'll have 3rd and 7 coming up.
That's what I talked about earlier, Mike. Are they blitzing or are they bluffing? Eli's going to be faced with it all night. They show him pressure with 2 linebackers in the A-gap. On the snap of the ball, they fall out and they play a 3-deep zone. Great job by Eli Manning, keeping his poise, going through his progression. 3rd and 8. Jim Haslett loves to apply pressure in red zone 3rd down situations.
Redskins bring 6. Manning throws. Incomplete.
That's why you paid D'Angelo Hall to be a shutdown corner. You got to cover Victor Cruz on a critical 3rd down situation. That time the veteran who's had Eli Manning's number in previous seasons does an excellent job. He's going to break to the outside, and D'Angelo Hall runs that route for Victor Cruz. They double Akeem Nicks. They give D'Angelo Hall one-on-one coverage, and he delivers.
Great numbers for Tynes this year, leading the league in scoring. Field goal attempt 33 from 39 is good. Frustrating in some regards to Giants fans, so many field goal attempts, but Tynes has been outstanding this year.
So the Celtic fan Lawrence Tynes slots the first 3 points of our Monday night football game between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins.
6.5 minutes on that opening drive. Eli Manning hit the first 4 passes, leading to a field goal. Tynes kicks. Banks is a spectator. And for the 2nd straight drive, Robert Griffin III and the Redskins will take over at their own 20. Man has got DC electrified about Washington football. It's a Redskin team that has been playing from behind a good part of this season after the good start. Fell to 3-6 at one point. Mike Shanahan was talking about, well, it might be time to start looking at the personnel for next year and see who's going to be on this team. But back-to-back division wins over the Eagles and the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day changed the whole scope of it. Griffin throwing for Garcon, who caught it, got the feet down, a gain of 25 and a first down for Pierre Garcon in front of Corey Webster.
Well, it's a full play action pass off of their option sequence. RG3 gets hit again, but you're going to see 3 Redskins block the play side, and he has enough time to get rid of it to Pierre Garcon, who runs a post corner route beautifully against Webster. But once again, RG3 goes down hard. Right off the delivery, Chris Canty delivers a flush hit.
45, he'll hand it off to Morris. And Alfred Morris has 19 yards. And back-to-back Washington first downs.
Goes over 1,000 yards. Mike, they've got a downhill runner, number 46, Alfred Morris. Stretch play to the outside. Well blocked. He gets the corner, and he continues to finish runs at a high rate. But they got an excellent downhill runner. Incredible speed at the quarterback position and a wicked play-action passing attack. It's tough to stop.
Speedster Aldrick Robinson out of SMU is in the game. Man, can he fly. 4.4 speed. Right back to Morris, the 1,000-yard back now. A couple yards shy of the first down.
Now, this offensive line in this scheme is very effective. They can reach block. They can engage, they can sustain, and they can run with you. Watch, it's just a toss play to the outside, but watch the play side. Reach and run. And it allows Morris to press the line of scrimmage, bounce it, and get what's there.
Mentioned over 1,000 yards, 1,015. Rare Redskin rookie air. 1,063 was Reggie Brooks' number in his rookie season. Mark Herzlich's been in the game the last couple of snaps for the Giants at middle linebacker. No Chase Blackburn. Griffin keeping, accelerating, sliding down, lost the ball into the hands of Joshua Morgan. Nobody's marked down. They rule touchdown.
The magic of RG3.
Scoring play, so it'll be automatically reviewed to see if Griffin was down by contact, how and why the ball came out.
Triple option right at Osi Umenyiora. He took the cheese. The ball's to the outside. Might have been down. We'll see if we can determine that. I would imagine that would be challenged.
It looks like he's sliding down to almost avoid the clean shot from Stevie Brown right here. And he is touched and goes down, and the ball starts to come out. And Joshua Morgan picks it up and takes it in. So Jerome Boger gets a chance to look at it because it is a scoring play. for the moment a touchdown.
Well, what a play. I mean, we know he can do some very special.
All right, Jerome Boger's had a pretty quick look. It looks like as Griffin's going down and the ball comes out, he starts to lose it before his butt hits the turf. That would mean fumble and touchdown, Jerry.
As you see, right before his butt's on the ground, about 2 inches, that ball's loose and out. He tries to reach for it, inadvertently hits it. That makes it a fumble and not intentional.
All right, here's Jerome Boger, the referee.
After reviewing the play, the rule on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
It's a good thing you got that right, Jerry. You would have been 0 for 2.
Does that mean he can't be heard the rest of the night if he loses 2?
What a play by Griffin. Triple option. You don't see that often, Mike, in the National Football League. And Josh Morgan just maintained pitch phase and made a very good instinctive play.
Redskins first-year kicker Ty Forbath adds the extra point. Unintentional electricity on that play, and Washington leads 7-3.
Well, we talked about conflict. What do you do if you're OCU Manura and you're unblocked? The tackle blocks down, the play's being run right at you. You close, and Griffin is to the outside with a 2-on-1 to run it or pitch it. That time the Redskins' execution was very good. They also got lucky at the end of the play. But Robert Griffin running these option plays, it's just a nasty combination. When you combine Alfred Morris in this zone stretch running game with the option plays and the play action, it's a nightmare for defenses.
A touchdown. So the Redskins lead as Kyle Shanahan, Mike's son, they're in conversation with Griffin. I mentioned Mark Herzlich was the middle linebacker in that drive. Chase Blackburn was getting his right ankle taped on the Giants sideline. Here's Forbath, who is kicking off for the first time in his career. Did not kick off at UCLA. The speedster Wilson returned to the Giants. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down at the 23. So Robert Griffin III, what he's done in his last 2 games, 8 touchdown passes. No rookie's done that in 2 games. And also against the Eagles and the Cowboys, the passer rating for Robert Griffin III, 146.3. No rookie's been that high in NFL history, throwing a minimum of 40 passes. 158.3 is the maximum passer rating, so 146.3, pretty darn good. Field goal in the opening drive from Manning. Eli takes a shot downfield. Pass is broken up, intended for Akeem Nicks. That was a good job by Cedric Griffin at the last second.
Well, this Redskins secondary has given up a lot of big plays, and if you get Cedric Griffin one-on-one with Akeem Nicks, Eli's going to take that all night long. Great play by Griffin, throwing his hand out there at the last second, and if that ball's thrown 2 feet more, Nicks is gone. Must be careful with Akeem Nicks on the backside of these trips formations when he's all by himself. Don't single cover him.
Second down, Manning stepping up. Fires to the side. Coming back, Nicks with strong hands in front of D'Angelo Hall, yard shy of the first down.
You think Eli Manning doesn't trust Akeem Nicks? He throws this ball to the outside, and he's so confident that Nicks is going to come driving out of his break to maintain his separation. This ball would be picked on a lot of fields that I've been studying this fall, but Eli Manning has complete confidence to make this throw a little bit late to the outside, trusting that Nicks is going to come driving down out of his stem. Great hands. Snatch catch ability by Akeem Nicks.
Shotgun, no fullback, 3rd and 1. Gun run, Bradshaw. Got the first down. Cedric Griffin the tackle, a yard too late for the Redskins. Giants keep their second drive of the game alive.
That time Akeem Nicks missed a block on the perimeter. A couple of weeks ago, Ahmad Bradshaw got upset with Cruz in the huddle for missing a block. These New York Giants, they demand execution from one another. It's what separates this championship football team. A lot of accountability in the red, white, and blue.
taking another shot. There's the streaking Cruz, who just couldn't catch up to it as he did on the game-winning touchdown their first meeting.
Eli's disgusted with himself. Had Nix deep, wide open, missed him. That time, Cruz runs right through a double. And Mediu Williams, number 41 on the left side of your screen, he better back up because Eli just threw the post right over his head. Twice, New York Giants have run right through this Redskins secondary, and Washington's been lucky.
Second and 10, Bradshaw. A good block from Henry Hynowski as fullback. Bradshaw's 2 yards shy of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2. You watch Josh Wilson get up. So let me ask you, as a play caller, you've been up in the box and you're a coordinator. When you've seen your receivers do that twice in a game, once Nix, once Cruz, where do you store it away to come back to it again?
I just keep calling him with Eli. You know, he's not going to throw it, Mike. He won't throw it if they're not open.
Right.
If they retreat in coverage, Eli's good enough to check it down. But I'm going to stay aggressive with Washington. They've been giving up a lot of big plays in the passing game.
Direct snap, Bradshaw. First down and more on Bradshaw. Hit hard at the 43 by Jordan Pugh. A solid gain of 13.
Great call by offensive coordinator Kevin Gilbride. A lot of bunch into the boundary. You're going to see the ball just intercepted by Ahmad Bradshaw, and he's going to follow Nix, Bennett, Ruben Randall around the edge. You see big number 64 center David Boss leading the turn. I like that back.
Empty backfield, Wilson, the rookie running back out of Virginia Tech. The first rounder's in the slot. With 5 wide, Eli's going to choose Bennett. Martellus Bennett first down at the 38-yard line. Well, we talked about Ahmad Bradshaw and his emotions we've seen from him over the year. And this was in the first meeting between these teams.
I used to love standing on a field coaching running backs like this. Watch him. Get a block, Cruz. He comes off the field. He tells Tom Coughlin, put me back in the game. Give me the ball. And this isn't a negative thing. This is who Ahmad Bradshaw is. He's one of the premier game day competitors that we have in football. And you want 5 or 6 of those on your team, trust me.
Wilson to the left, squeezing through. Going to be a yard or so shy of the first down. So think back to opening night in Jersey, and it was a fumble problem for David Wilson on his very first career carry. And you fumble for Tom Coughlin, you know one thing. You're going to have to come back and prove it. Well, because of the injury to Brown, the fractured leg, here comes Wilson with that opportunity one more time in meaningful games in December.
Offense here at the running back position. Blitzes for number 10. That's an area I want to see David Wilson get done tonight.
Minute, opening quarter, and Bradshaw pulls himself forward for the first down.
These are great runs. I think that's the third and short conversion of this New York Giant football team.
Yep.
And when you have a back that you can rely on to make the tough yards, we don't need a 25-yard creative bounce run here. Drive the ball forward and get the first down. And that's a convincing run by Bradshaw.
Giants have had the better of play. The Redskins had the big play. After one, 7-3 on Monday Night Football.
So at the end of the first quarter.
Monday Night Football, FedEx Field, largest seating capacity in the league, 85,000. Take Eli's 2 Super Bowls over RG3. As usual, Eli steady as she goes, doesn't get the headlines, gets a lot of wins. Quarter number 2 begins. Giants at the 30. And Manning firing, just throwing that one away to the side of Ruben Randall. Redskins defense was asking for intentional grounding. Kevin Gilbride's wide receiver was in the neighborhood.
It's a work in progress with Ruben Randall. Caught his first touchdown pass last weekend. You saw Jernigan catch a pass earlier. There's been a lot of New York Giants come and go since Kevin Gilbride and Eli Manning started working together.
Hey, John, we talked about was that grounding or not. Here you'll see Eli in the tackle box. Go look over here. Staying in the edge of the tackle box. Of course, they can't see that, but it's still in the edge. And they're going to call it.
Is that there was no receiver in the area. Intentional grounding. Offense number 10. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Tom Coughlin was saying Randall was over there and he was double covered. Manning was just, in the opinion of the officials, not far enough out of the tackle box.
I credit some of those Redskin defenders, Mike, for lobbying to get that call. But again, they commit another penalty. It was Locklear in the last red zone possession. This time it's an intentional grounding, and that lost it down. Makes life tough.
And our referee in the booth, Jerry Austin, behind us agrees with the call that the officials made after the conference. So now it's 2nd and 20. It's a screen for Bradshaw. Got a block from David Boss. Got around London Fletcher. They got 9 of the penalty yards back to the 31.
Good call by Kevin. Nice job by this Giant offensive line. And Bradshaw makes London Fletcher miss in the open field. You see Chris Nee, number 76, David Boss, 64, get on a perimeter. Bradshaw shows his open field elusiveness. 3rd and 11. Times field goal range. Can't take a sack.
Bennett gives Manning 2 receivers either side. He throws middle. It's Cruz. The clean. No first down is Josh. Field goal attempt coming.
Good breaking drive by Wilson. You see Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator of the Redskins, that time gives Eli a lot of movement in the front 7. And he gives you a lot of muddy coverages, Mike. You're not quite sure if it's man-to-man or zone. Sometimes it's half and half. Penalty really hurt New York there.
Again. So we have a 43-yard attempt from Times. Made 1 from 39. Missed it left. And the snap was way off to the right of Weatherford. That's the 2nd time the snap was outside the body or that catching area for the holder. Slows the operation. Field goal missed to the left.
It's inexcusable. Diassi's been here a long time as a long snapper. That's got to be like clockwork. Operation not good.
Tom Coughlin's team has had it for 2 drives, 11 plays at a field goal, 13 plays and a missed field goal. Redskins take over at their own 33, the spot of the field goal attempt. And Griffin gives to Morris. Got a white shirt there and a flag down. Chase Blackburn back on the field for the Giants. Michael Boley makes the tackle.
Holding. Offense, number 82. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
John, on Monday Night Countdown, you talked about Blackburn and the success that he has had for the Giants coming back to the middle of that defense.
Well, his communication, his leadership, and knowledge of the game is one thing, but man, this guy loves it. He's the kind of guy that corrects the scout team on the practice field. He's a gym rat. He gives the New York Giants a great communicator inside, and they do a lot with their defense, checking in and out of different things. They need a guy like Chase Blackburn.
53 weeks ago on a couch watching, not picked up, saved the Giants last year. Griffin throwing to his fullback. There goes Darrell Young to the 38-yard line as David Rivers makes the tackle, gain of 15 by the fullback out of Villanova.
Former linebacker at Villanova.
Right.
Don't forget about Darrell Young. They're going to pull the guard, present the illusion that they're taking a shot down the field, and Darrell Young bluffs the defensive end. Great phasing. Trent Williams, number 71, gets a great kick-out block. That's well executed. Darrell Young, he's an outstanding fullback and a big reason why Alfred Morris has over 1,000 yards.
Griffin gives to Morris to the right to the 48-yard line.
The outside zone from the pistol formation. What is the pistol formation? It's a shotgun I formation play. Normally the back is offset when the quarterback's in the shotgun, but they're able to run their zone stretch to the right or to the left in this pistol formation. And Robert Griffin, he has the freedom to take it to the best possible angle on the defense. And man, the Washington Redskins look like the old Denver Broncos right now.
Right back to the pistol. He reads it, pitches. Santana Moss will be stopped. Good job by Prince Amukamara on the edge of the Giants and all the problems the pistol can give a defense.
Well, I first saw the pistol from Chris Alt, Nevada Reno in 2003 or 4. But the ball gets to the quarterback faster because he's only 3.5 or 4 yards deep. And you can run your I formation runs while you're in the shotgun. You can run I formation play action passes in the shotgun. Griffin can audible to the right or to the left. And they can really involve Griffin as a runner in this pistol formation. That's why it's so effective.
2nd and 10, right back out of it. A toss to Garcon on the edge. And Matthias Kiwanuka and the Giants. John, this is a little bit of what they learned by playing against these formations and this style of offense the first time.
They know the ball's going to come out quick. They like these quick screens, and that's an opportunity for the New York Giants to have an old-fashioned pursuit drill and a party at the football. That time Kiwanuka read the quick screen. He took off and corralled Garcon before he could get started. 3rd and long, and the Washington Redskins have struggled in long yardage all year.
Evan Royster, the back, is split out wide, so it's an empty backfield for Griffin. Throws over the top, too tall for Logan Paulson, incomplete. And the Redskins will punt it away.
They try to isolate Paulson on a little jerk route. Clearly they weren't on the same page that time, Mike. That's an important stand by this Giant defense. Once you start getting a little confidence, stopping an offense that's foreign to you, huge early in the game.
Ruben Randall back to catch the punt here. And they're signaling for a fair catch. The kick is 37. He's got it at the 15. Remember the mistake that was made on the punt catch last week. Timeout.
So 7-3 Washington Redskins, 9:55 to play in the first quarter at FedEx Field. We shouldn't be too surprised, Rocky, by the fact they couldn't complete that 3rd down pass. They're the worst team statistically on 3rd down in the NFL this season, Washington.
Which really doesn't make any sense. You think you got a guy.
Redskins 7, Giants 3. 5 minutes and change gone in the 2nd quarter. Bradshaw on the carry up the middle to the 20. Wearing the wire tonight, the veteran London Fletcher. Little in-game soundtracks with the veteran.
Let's go! Let's go! Hey, you kick me a beer, Joe. Hey, it's on. Oh! Touchdown!
On the Griffin fumble picked up by Joshua Morgan. We'll be listening into Fletcher during the night. Manning with time. Eli's throw. Last second in and out of the hands of Bennett. Reed Doughty coming over may have gotten a piece.
Great play by Doughty, and they've really struggled at the safety position. They play 3 different safeties based on who you put in on offense, but you can always count on Doughty. Watch the outside breaking route, and number 37 does a great job flipping his hips, finding the ball and breaking on it. Great throw by Eli.
Doughty never got it. This may have changed the vision for Bennett, but he could not catch the pass that hit him in the hands. 3rd and 4. Twist up the middle. They pressure Manning. Eli gets out of there and throws complete for Nix.
Wow.
For the first down. What a job by Eli Manning to keep that play alive.
That's an understatement. A lot of people underestimate the athletic ability. You're going to see a stunt off the left side, and Eli does a great job escaping. And if he gets out to his left, normally he's not as effective as he is when he gets out to his right, his throwing shoulder. But That's a nice play by Hakeem Nicks, seeing his quarterback in trouble. What a player, Eli Manning.
27, Bradshaw to the right, slides up for 4 yards. John will come back to Eli. He's in there every week. This is consecutive start number 131 for Eli Manning. Only his brother Peyton and Brett Favre have more consecutive starts. He's there physically, mentally, leader all week that you don't see. And in this division where it's headlines all the time, Vic, done now, Foles is the guy. All the changes here in Washington. The constant drama around Romo. Eli, the statue, there every week, consistent, and very, very good. 9 years now in the league. Bradshaw left. Good first initial hit by Rob Jackson. He slipped the block, allowed Fletcher to come in and end the play.
London Fletcher, we weren't even sure he was going to play, but watch number 59. Find the football, slip a block, and make an open field tackle in a one-on-one situation. London Fletcher has poured his whole soul into this team. He's a coaching, preaching, demanding, playmaking fool, Mike. And I don't know who the Redskins have in line to take over for him when he does hang him up, but the 37-year-old is still a man inside.
Are they coming, or are they going to back out of this blitz? 3rd and 5. They back out a bit. We have a penalty flag down. So this play is killed.
False start. Offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That's Nicks, and that's penalty number 4 for the Giants.
And they're coming on the offensive side of the ball. One unintentional grounding by Eli, stymie a drive. One by Locklear on a false start in the red zone, stymies a drive. And when you fall behind on the road in the National Football League, in a down and distance, you invite the crowd to the party. Just listen to this place on 3rd and long.
Redskins first 5, and Manning's got time. He's got Cruz over the middle. Victor Cruz to the 39-yard line and a 1st down.
I can't believe that throw. It's too deep, man under. There's a lot of Redskins trying to fool Eli. Watch this little subtle move to the outside by Cruz, back to the inside. The pattern is outstanding, but how about the throw? You can't drop this football in there any better on 3rd and 10. Wow. That's a great throw. Victor Cruz, what a career he's had. Undrafted. Phenomenal.
30 yards to the 3rd-year man out of UMass, Cruz. Play clock running down. And the rookie David Wilson won't get back to the original line of scrimmage at the 6-minute mark.
Every snap, Mike. He's just like his older brother. Every single snap is a research project. He's going to get as much information from the defense as he can, whether it's a run or a pass, to keep the Giants in perfect play selection. Watch him work at the line of scrimmage to see what to do with the play that's called in the huddle.
Not in time. Delay a game call.
Before the snap, delay of game. Offense, number 10. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
And another penalty. Now, we heard Eli re-mic there, so he points out one guy is the mic and then the second one. So explain what he's doing there.
Well, he's trying to get his offensive line on the same page. He's trying to get them all in concert with who to block. And Jim Haslett, we said it in the open, he's going to try to exhaust Manning with as many looks as he can. And a lot of these offensive penalties are a direct result of the confusion that Haslett is creating.
2nd and 16 after the penalty. And Manning throws up in the air for grabs. And Nicks got hit, and a flag comes as Nicks is shaken up. And Cedric Griffin was over there with the contact.
Well, you rarely see a ball thrown late down the middle without a pass interference or a player safety
Pass
issue.
interference. Defense, number 20.
That
Foul,
time,
foul, automatic, first down.
that time Eli was late down the middle. There wasn't much on the throw.
You see Nix got bloodied there as he took the second shot. And Ronnie Barnes, longtime head of athletic medicine for the Giants, gets the staff to look at him.
A lot of these big hits occur when the ball is thrown late in the middle of the field. That hasn't changed since I was in diapers, Mike.
21 yards on the play. Trying to get a challenge flag. Raheem Morris is trying to get a challenge flag thrown from Mike Shanahan. I don't know if he thought the pass was deflected at the line on the last play. Here's a flag as the pass is thrown incomplete downfield.
A penalty on every play.
Holding. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
And just to go back on that last pass interference, you can make contact if a pass was deflected at the line of scrimmage, and they were trying to get a challenge flag thrown on the Washington side, and Shanahan didn't see enough evidence on a replay to be sure about challenging at that point. This 75. Penalty on Locklear.
Well, Locklear, number 75, is the man that gets called for holding here. I don't see it. Locklear been pressed into service with David Deal ailing.
He's active, but not in the lineup to start. Most first half penalties this year for the Giants, 6. Manning throws it quick and high for Craig Lumpkin, who just got here. Remember we told Andre Brown the broken fibula. He's been a great down by the goal line runner. So Craig Lumpkin, 4th year out of Georgia, had been with the Packers and Buccaneers over the last few years, was signed this week.
Now, Eli doesn't even know Craig Lumpkin, but you're going to see a blitz off the top of the screen. They're in a no-back formation. They like to throw these quick screens, and ball's thrown a little bit high. Eli's throwing to backs and receivers he hasn't had much time with.
Another long drive by the Giants, John. So far, a field goal made and a field goal missed. 2nd and 20. Eli throws it open. Is Bennett again. Martellus Bennett inside the 15-yard line for a Giants first down.
That's bad defense by Washington. Ruben Randall runs a clear out, and nobody covered Marcellus Bennett. He just runs a corner route to the outside. No one's there. Ruben Randall, the rookie from LSU, blew the top off the coverage. Eli stands in there nicely, throws a perfect ball. The thing about Manning that's amazing is he doesn't get distracted. Penalties. Doesn't care who he's playing with. Nice work by the veteran.
The clock stopped here for a second, John. I think one of the officials might have been injured on that play. And the line judge will come off to the side to be looked at, so the officials will go with 6 here for the moment. So as Tom Steffen gets looked at, the line judge, the back judge comes up and takes his position. Tony Steratore, the back judge, will come up to that line judge spot. There's no official deep in the back there, so a little bit more opportunity to get away with stuff. Bradshaw with Hynoski, the fullback, leading the way to the 9-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan with the tackle.
Ryan Kerrigan, former defensive end at Purdue, has made the transition to outside linebacker quite well. This time on the backside, number 91. You're going to see him on the right side of your screen. Stays alive. Makes a nice tackle.
Sack leader for this team, 6.5. He's the only Redskin with more than 2 sacks. He's missing Brian Arakpo this year. Bradshaw into the hole. Dowdy with the stop, and we get another 3rd and short here. John, the Giants have only had 3 drives. They've all been double-digit play drives. You talk about the penalties at key moments that have set them back. It's why they have only 3 points.
They have kept Robert Griffin quiet on the sidelines. Hasn't been able to see the field much. Bradshaw's running hard. 3rd down and just outside of 1 yard. Keep an eye on Nix at the top of the screen.
Eli snaps it quick. Bradshaw climbing through the spot, depending. We'll see if he has the 1st down. Needing to get just to the 4-yard line. Bradshaw spotted it himself. He was pretty close. They'll measure.
Quick count. They drive it right off the left side, and I think Bradshaw surges for the 1st down. This is the area, Mike, that the New York Giants love to look for Hakeem Nicks on these high point fades.
Giants have picked up 7 of 9 third downs, and this drive has been kept alive, making a 3rd and 10, a 2nd and 16, a 2nd and 20. And it's led to this story tonight, John. 3 double-digit play drives, 11 to 13, and working on a 12.
Amazing. The Redskins have not been a good 3rd down defense. Remember, Andre Brown, their goal line back, is out. He has 8 rushing touchdowns. A lot of them are short-range touchdowns. Ahmad Bradshaw is the single back in this situation. Once again, it's Hakeem Nicks at the top of the screen.
1st and goal from the 4. Manning for Bennett in the middle. Touchdown, Martellus Bennett. And the Giants lead.
That's too easy. Eli Manning does a great job with his eyes. This old-fashioned Tampa 2 coverage. If you can manipulate the underneath coverage, you can find some wide open receivers. Watch Eli look to his right. Or to his left, I should say, and just find Martellus Bennett coming right across the middle. Easy touchdown. There's nobody in the middle of the field.
Extra point added by Thomas. Martellus Bennett, 4 years in Dallas, he had 85 receptions. He's got half that already for the Giants. Eli likes him. He's finding them. They hook up for their 4th touchdown of the year, and the Giants lead.
So 10-7 to the Giants.
Giants offense, and a lot of Eli here tonight. There's 35 plays, half of them throws, 146 yards, and that touchdown to Martellus Bennett puts the division-leading Super Bowl champion Giants up 10-7. This will be brought out from 5 yards deep. A little confusion. But a nice job by Niles Paul to take it over the 30 to the 33-yard line. So good field position as Paul, receiver converted to tight end, comes up and returns it.
So winding down in the 1st half at FedEx Field, the Giants have the lead. RG3 and the Redskins offense about to come out onto the field. Rocky Boyman, the former Super Bowl winner with the Indianapolis Colts, alongside me here for Monday Night Football. Don't forget, you can get involved as well via Twitter at MNFUK. Irish Ray has done that, Rocky, and he says, considering how few...
Going for the sweep of the Redskins this year after Washington swept New York last year. Each team full complement of timeouts, and the replays handled automatically upstairs. Griffin, another throw, another man running wide open. Again, it's Garcon. Pierre Garcon to the 12-yard line.
Happens every week. It's these play-action passes. They fool the weak side linebacker, and there's no one there for the square in. Watch it. Foley's going to step up, and no one covers Garcon. It's just good play-action passing. They fool Michael Boley, and they throw the ball right in behind him. And Pierre Garcon continues to rip off chunk plays for the Redskin offense. Great design by Kyle and Mike Shanahan, and what a beautiful throw by RG3.
Redskins in no hurry here because of the 3 timeouts and 1:14 to go. 13, Alfred Morris tied up by Foley, thrown down by Uman Yura. Gains a couple with 1 to go. Mike Shanahan will stop the clock here with a timeout. Redskins in the red zone, trying to tie or take the lead against the Giants.
Knocking on the door.
61 seconds left. Redskins down 3. Griffin will throw it to Garcon, who will get out of bounds. That'll be a loss of a couple of yards.
Strange plays. Never seen before, really. Look at Osi Umenyiora, some of these New York Giant defenders. They're wondering what Kyle Shanahan has on his script. It's just going to be a play-action pass here to number 46, Alfred Morris, and another quick screen out there to Garcon. These New York Giants are hoping Kyle drops back to pass a couple more times so they can rush the passer. Very frustrating, the Umenyiora, the NASCAR package. A lot of great pass rushers on the field, 4 of them for the Giants.
This is 3rd and 12 from the 15, and Griffin with the pocket collapsing. This is where he gets exciting. Throws on the run. Incomplete. Good coverage by the Giants as Griffin got out of the pocket. Field goal to tie coming up.
It's a great job by the Giants. You don't really want to cut your pass rush loose. You use stunts to keep Griffin in the pocket, because if he gets even, he's leaving. That time the Giants were fortunate because Griffin got out to his right side late, but you want to try to keep Griffin in the pocket. Hard to do, but it's a necessity against the speed demon from Baylor.
Billy Cundiff struggled. They signed Kai Forbath. He hasn't missed a field goal attempt yet. And the former Lou Groza winner, best kicker in the country in college, knocks it through. And the kick by Kai means we're all tied. A 10th. The offense Griffin runs, the offense Eli runs, very, very different.
The only thing they have in common is number 10.
That's about it.
I mean, Griffin's option, he can hand it off,
right.
He can run it himself, or he can pitch it. But Eli's got a lot of options too, Mike. He can audible to a run, he can audible to a pass, he can throw a bullet slant right off the back of your head. Eli Manning, he can change the protection, he can go through progressions. Both of these quarterbacks are talented, but man, are they different.
It's so unique and so different to watch, like we saw with Cam Newton last week, where the position is at the elite level and where it might be going. We don't know if it'll last there. David Wilson from 2 deep. Yeah, 23-yard line. Tom Coughlin telling us last night he's getting this close to hitting one and making a big return. Here are the numbers for the quarterbacks on the night. It was a Griffin scramble that he fumbled that Joshua Morgan picked up and ran in for the Washington touchdown. We haven't seen as much of Griffin the runner. That was the only rush he had. A 12-yard gain before the fumble. So 35 seconds at their own 24-yard line. With a full complement of timeouts, can they get about 45 yards down the field for a field goal attempt? Manning will start. It'll be a Bradshaw run. Take what they're giving you. Get to the 37 and a quick timeout with 29 seconds left. First down Giants back in 30 seconds.
So 29 seconds to play in the half, tied at 10 in.
Congratulations to the Falcons, the division winners, lost by the 49ers and the Bears yesterday. We'll have the Giants to be looking at perhaps a number 2 seed with a strong close. Redskins at 5-6 with a whole bunch of teams already sitting on 6 losses. Thus, the importance tonight. First and 10 out of the timeout. Manning. Complete to Ruben Randall, the rookie to midfield. And Eli will use his second timeout with 22 seconds left. 7 seconds, 13 yards. On the move. 20 yards needed for Lawrence Times' makeable field goal attempt. Giants sitting on midfield. 1 timeout left, 22 seconds. After back-to-back 13-yard gains, Manning throwing middle, incomplete for Bennett. Looking for a flag as he couldn't get his arm free. So is Tom Coughlin.
Take a look at Bennett. Every snap is 2 deep with man-to-man underneath. You're going to see Redskins chasing these Giants up the field with underneath coverage, and I don't blame Tom Coughlin.
Remember, we're 1 official shy without a back judge because the line judge was injured in the first half. And Notice the official in the back has moved up. Each official has responsibility for an eligible receiver in the field. Down to 17 seconds left, still with that timeout. So the whole field's available for Eli. Miscommunication with Hakeem Nicks, now down to 12 seconds in the half.
Well, every snap in this sequence, Jim Haslett is playing too deep with man-to-man underneath, and he's applying some kind of creative pressure to the quarterback, but it's just too deep with man-to-man underneath. But you're going to see some kind of a stunt with pressure if the back stays in and block, and they're confusing the blocking pattern a little bit of the Giants and forcing Eli to throw under duress. Be alert for a completion and an immediate timeout if you're a Giant.
Hey, base 56, base 56.
Gotta go. Beats the clock. Manning throws. Bennett again in field goal range. At the 22, timeout Giants. 4 seconds remaining. 28 yards. And a chance to take a lead into the locker room.
There's nothing you can do. He hit Cruz earlier on a seam ball. Watch it. It's one-on-one coverage with safety help over the top. Too deep man under, and Eli just says, nod to the outside. I'll give you a chance. You can't drop the football in there any better. Mike, those are great throws. That's the third play of 20 yards or more against this Redskins secondary, and they're on pace to give up more passing yardage than any group in NFL history.
What about the completions by Manning? 13, the run, then the 13-yarder. They went 5 plays, 54 yards in 37 seconds. Used the timeouts effectively. Now Tynes, who missed one earlier, and the snaps have been a bit outside the holder's body from 40. Good snap. Tynes bangs it through as we bring the first half to an end. So the Giants have a road lead at halftime. What does that mean? The Giants have won their last 26 road games when leading at the half, the longest streak in the history of the NFL. Quick one at the end.
And if not for penalties, they would be rolling right now. But he's made all the throws, Mike. Looking off coverage, he finds Martellus Bennett for a big catch and run to start things. Then he gets out of trouble, reverses the field to his left for a big first down to Hakeem Nicks. How about this throw to Victor Cruz on a middle read down the seam against 2 deep. Then he hits Bennett again on a corner route. Nice clear out from Ruben Randall. He looks off London Fletcher, finds Bennett for a touchdown. Eli. Where do these Manning brothers come from? I wonder if they have a quarterback camp somewhere in the summer. I need to go to that.
Archie and Olivia, that's where they come from.
I'm telling you, the Manning Passing Academy, I'm going to have to go back there again this summer. These guys are something.
Both have a chance to get to the Super Bowl, of course. Peyton and the Broncos rolling through the AFC West. Eli and the Giants trying to take care of the East. David Wilson pinned to the sideline from a yard deep. The rookie out of Virginia Tech down at the 14. A whole bunch of flags coming in. Along the way as Brian Keel made the tackle.
Holding. Receiving team, number 63. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Jerome Boger and the officials have been hearing it from London Fletcher. Live soundtracks in the game tonight. Listen in.
Way to get it right, ref. Y'all just made the right call. Way to make the right call. You 2 for 2. You keep it up, you're going to be refereeing the Super Bowl. All right. Hey, you missed the push-off. What do you mean where at? Who's the back judge?
We don't got a back judge. You guys hurt. I'm on the line of scrimmage.
Y'all don't got no back judge.
You guys hurt, London.
Nobody.
They don't have a bench, London. Great stuff. Great interaction. Manning first play. Incomplete for Nicks. Sliding underneath was D'Angelo Hall, who's had success against Manning. 5 interceptions of Eli in 11 games against him.
Yes, he does. And Nicks is going to run a post pattern. Nicks reads it, or excuse me, Hall reads it, undercuts it, almost intercepts a football. But D'Angelo Hall, as you said, Mike, he's had Eli's number in the past. He knows this New York Giant route tree. He's the kind of cornerback that'll jump a pattern when you least expect it, you got to be real careful with D'Angelo Hall.
2nd and 10, Bradshaw to the left. Stop Stephen Bowen coming off the middle of the line, leads the charge. Before 3rd and long, here's Lisa Salters.
Hey, Mike, well, Mike Shanahan says what the Redskins have to do differently defensively, a better job on 3rd downs. He said they were 8 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. They just held the ball for much longer than we did. It was tough for us to get any momentum. He said we had the ball for less than 10 minutes, and it was tough for us to get going. That's exactly what the Giants wanted to do. I asked Tom Coughlin if it was any easier seeing this non-traditional offense for a second time. He said no, but our idea was to manage time of possession. That's what we did, but any easier? Definitely not. Mike.
Well, Lisa, this is the Giants' 43rd play. The Redskins have run 20. 3rd and 10, and Manning throws middle into traffic. 1st down, Victor Cruz. 3rd time tonight. 3rd and 10, Giants. 1st down, Giants.
Eli Manning's going to rip Washington if they don't get a pass rush. This time they chip Kerrigan on the right side, but if you let Eli Manning stand in here and hits 3 or 4 times, he'll tear you apart, and that's exactly what he's doing on 3rd down. There's no pass rush. I don't care if you play man-to-man or zone. These receivers and this quarterback are too good. Washington must find a pass rush from someplace.
21, Manning throwing the out, caught by Nix, looked right to the sticks, a yard shy of the 1st down. Giants on their bench fighting a spot like the Redskins did earlier on their bench. Washington challenged and got the 1st down.
That time Rob Jackson, number 50, undercuts this quick out. He intercepted a ball against the Giants in the 1st round on a hitch route. That time they throw the quick out. Jackson can't get there. Manning has all the answers right now.
Second and short, it's Bradshaw up the middle. He'll get a 1st down as he's brought down by Perry Riley, 3rd-year linebacker out of LSU. Became a starter last year. We're talking about defensive deficiencies with the Redskins, John. They're missing some players who would certainly have an impact on this team. Brian Orakpo, week 2. He injures his pec muscle out for the year. Adam Carricker, same game. Some of the pass rush missing. Brandon Merriweather, they really only got about a half or 3/4 as he battled a knee injury all year. Now he's done for the season.
Well, Merriweather's bouncing around the league. Tenard Jackson has had some off-the-field troubles. It's been a struggle, rushing the passer and covering, and that's a bad combination when you see a guy like Eli.
David Wilson, Giants' 1st-round pick. Eli out of the pocket, taken off, and Manning will get out of the sidelines, 37-yard line, to pick up a 4 on the run.
I want to cover number 75, Sean Lockyer. What a free agent acquisition he's been. It's not always pretty. He's filling in at right tackle. There he responds against an inside move from Kerrigan, but he gives Eli a chance to protect himself, outflank the defense, and run for it. But Lockyer has played left tackle when Beatty was hurt. Now he's playing right tackle with Deal struggling. And Kevin Gilbride told us, big acquisition for the Giants.
Lockyer started 4 games for the Redskins here last year. Wilson, Chris Baker, Windsor, Connecticut, out of Hampton College, made the tackle. So the Giants face 3rd down against the Washington defense. If you combine the 6+ quarters, they're 17 for 23, and it's a good variety. Remember, a few 3rd and short conversions earlier. As we said tonight, 3 3rd and 10s picked up. Again, a clean pocket. This time, Nix is stopped by Cedric Griffin. Playing the nickel, it'll force a Giants punt.
Cedric Griffin was an outstanding tackler for the Minnesota Vikings. He registered over 100 tackles a couple years ago, and that's what he is. He's a zone defender, very instinctive, and he's a collision tackler that you have to be when you play zone coverage. That time he breaks, he drives, he allows nothing after the catch.
Brandon Banks made a poor decision on a punt return last week. He catches this one at his own 9. Works up the sideline to get out of bounds near the 20. Against Dallas on Thanksgiving Day, was 2 yards deep in the end zone and caught it. Wasn't good. Griffin, after you come back.
Well, that's exactly what Rocky said Mike Shanahan would have wanted to start the second half, a defensive stand, and he got it.
Yeah, he finally got it. Looked like they were
FedEx.
John, go back to the beginning of the game and how we set up the matchup when the Redskins have the ball tonight.
Oh, we said we're going to put these defensive ends in conflict. O.C. Umenyiora, we're not even going to block them. We're going to send a fullback, Darrell Young, right at him and bluff him. And the quarterback is going to read O.C. If he closes, RG keeps the ball and gets on the edge. And he has number 15, Josh Morgan, as his pitch man. Obviously, RG3 keeps the ball, and it's a little bit of luck involved as well, Mike.
Accidental pitch. The fumble picked up by Morgan for the touchdown. And now the edge gained by Morris. And Alfred's got a first down for Washington at the 30-yard line.
This Antrell Roll in this three different safety playing at the same time system. Watch number 26, Roll, come off the strong side right here, attack this stretch play, try to slip a block. Roll's got to contain that play, force it back to the inside, but this Washington Redskins stretch running play, man, it looks good.
Number 30, you see how many Giant defenders within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So Griffin pulls it out, pulls back, and takes the receiver coming out, Morgan, with a gain of 9.
That's a full play action shot play, and RG3 shows you a lot right here, Mike. They're going to try to throw the ball to number 11, Robinson, on a vertical bomb. And he's just going to leak the check down out here to Josh Morgan, but it's maximum protection. He looks down the field at Robinson, looks to the deep cross Paulson, and checks the ball down. But it's the ball handling. It looks exactly like the running play. That time Robert Griffin, the third, does a great job getting to his third receiver.
Now on 2nd and 2, it is Morris cutting it back, and Alfred's a yard shy of the first down. You know, Griffin has done so much in terms of dynamic plays in the running game, John, averaging 6.5. Had that long 76-yarder against Minnesota. He has over 100 carries this year, but only one here tonight. And that was the fumble that turned into the touchdown.
In this short yardage situations, 3rd and 1, where you pack the New York Giant defense in to stop the inside run. This is where RG3 has done a great job with bootlegs, and Washington's in an open formation here.
Griffin this time keeps. He's got the edge, and there's the speed of Robert Griffin. On the run at the 40, accelerates to the 20. Griffin pulled down at the 16. All right, so I only ran once, huh? How about the second time for 45?
It's incredible zone read. Watch the defensive end. On the left side of the screen, JPP bit on the fake. That's bad defense by the New York Giants, and in a short yardage situation, they take advantage of the over-aggressive New York Giants, and RG3 gashes them. He's hard to tackle too, Mike. This is a powerful, fast quarterback.
I just mentioned the 76-yard run against Minnesota for touchdown. That was his second longest run right there. And now Morris puts a foot in the ground, goes for it, lost the football. It's free on the sideline. Now let's see who's recovered. Chase Blackburn is laying out of bounds for the Giants. This is going to be a hard one to kind of figure out. And a flag thrown here is on the other side of the pile. A Giant comes in with a hit. So we got to see who has the ball at the bottom here. Fighting on the pile there. It's Blackburn who comes over, who knocks it free, and it's Giants ball. Ruled a recovery by the Giants as they umpile it. It is the game's first turnover, and now the pile moves away, and the fisticuffs with the players continue. Morris is fighting on the bottom of the pile for the ball, and Giant and Redskin players need to be separated. There you see what Linval Joseph did, treating a Redskin lineman like a wishbone on Thanksgiving.
These two teams hate each other. The referees are going to huddle up and figure out this one.
Gave the recovery to Keith Rivers, who was fighting at the bottom of that pile. And the best that I saw, Rivers did not look to be out of bounds. Chase Blackburn of the Giants was laying John on the sideline as this play went on.
Chase Blackburn made a great play there, coming from his middle linebacker position.
So trying to see if this all happens inbounds and in the field of play. And Rivers is clearly inbounds, and that's who they gave it to off the bottom of the pile. That's all turnovers are reviewed.
The ruling on the field is that the ball was fumbled, recovered by New York. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, New York, number 97. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, Washington, number 78. Those fouls all set. First down, New York.
The Redskins are furious that Linval Joseph went human wishbone on Corey Lichtensteiger. Actually, it wasn't Lichtensteiger, it was Will Montgomery.
The previous play is under review.
And a kick as well. And then the Redskins got a second foul a bit later on in the scuffle on Lichtensteiger. They review the turnover. It looks like it's Giants ball.
Well, Linval Joseph with a little bit of Indomitian Sue at the end of the play there. I mean, I'm pretty sure in New York they'll take a look at that, won't they? The commissioner in the office.
He's going to be receiving a FedEx package on Tuesday morning with a very large fine in it.
Now, when these two played before, the Redskins did very similar to what they're doing tonight. 248 yards on the ground. Alfred Morris had a big night, but they fumbled 3 times. They're running the ball at will against the Giants again tonight, and there we see a critical red zone turnover.
Well, and what did I talk about earlier? Which one of those defenses was going to come up with that big turnover? Right there was the Giants, and Alfred Morris.
Jerome Boger went under the hood to look to see if it was touched by a Giant out of bounds. If it stays with the Giants on the recovery, it's a heck of a play, John, by the guy you tipped us off on Monday Night Countdown as the Gruden grinder of the night, Chase Blackburn, to cause the fumble.
Yeah, from where he came from. A lot of people think he just lines the Giants up. He's a great communicator. He's not the fastest linebacker.
The ruling on the field stands. Fumble recovered, New York. First down.
Stands not confirmed. Nothing you could see in there, and a crystal clear say touched by someone out of bounds.
Blackburn came from a long way, finished the play, poked it out with his right arm. Football player. And the Redskins turned it over 4 times the last time these two teams met. That's the 5th Washington Redskin turnover against this Giant defense.
And that last one is more why you see stands not confirmed, because Blackburn's hand goes in there and disappears in the pile of legs and thighs and all the other stuff. So the recovery is made there, and now they're just determining the proper spot of the ball as it's Giants turnover. So for Morris, 3rd fumble last 6 games, and at a huge point. And after the offsetting personal fouls, Giants take over for the 2nd time in this quarter at their own 9. Bradshaw with Chris Snee pulling to block for him, only gets 2 yards to the 11.
This Redskin defense is stout against the run. Everybody in pro football knows it. You run the ball against the Redskins, you're not going to make a living. People have come and thrown the ball against this secondary and this team that struggles to rush the passer. The run-pass ratio is almost 70-30 against Washington. Teams throw the ball repeatedly, and the Redskins need to find a way to get to Eli Manning.
The Giants have been more balanced tonight than most people have been. Manning throwing, Cruz breaking free. Victor Cruz down the sideline to the 40-yard line.
Had Cruz wide open in the first half. They missed him. This time it's one-on-one with D'Angelo Hall again. Cruz beat him bad at the line of scrimmage, and Eli dropped another perfect pass. Fourth time tonight that the Redskins have been smoked for a 20-yard or more gain. And that's a real painful dagger to the defense when you're backed up.
49 on the gain, Manning to Cruz. Bradshaw hanging on, Mediu Williams, the safety.
An impressive back. He can run from two-back sets. He can run from the shotgun. He can operate in single-back sets. And Mediu Williams just reminded himself what a physical runner he is on impact. He exploded for an extra 2 or 3 yards that time.
Second and 3, Manning adjusts to this play. A slant to Nix in the red zone at the 17.
Eli saw single coverage. There's his favorite wideout, Akeem Nix. He's closing in on becoming Eli's all-time favorite target, Mike. Just a simple slant route to your left. Eli sees the single safety coverage. He changes the protection, changes the route, throws another pinpoint strike. Great pickup by Ahmad Bradshaw.
Got 5 receptions, a couple more. 2 more here tonight. He'll have the most from Eli Manning passes. Greg Lumpkin in the back, 1st and 10 Giants in the red zone. Manning, good footwork to get free, and the pass for Nix is incomplete. He had defenders at his feet, and that's one thing Eli is so good at, just that pocket awareness.
And having a lot of guts to stand in there for that long. He keeps his feet alive. He got away with a couple balls being late down the middle, but watch his feet. Just keeps him alive. He keeps that ball in a throwing position. It's a good thing that was an errant throw because Mediu Williams was beaten down on Akeem Nix.
Bennett's coming motion a lot in this set. Here he comes. 2 receivers each side. And Bradshaw stuck in the hole by Perry Riley. A couple of times we've called the 2-year starter at LSU here tonight.
Really like Perry Riley quietly becoming a very productive linebacker here. Number 56. He's going to see the one-back power play coming. Booth pulls around the horn, stuffs it. See David Deal, number 66, is checked into the game for the first time tonight at left tackle. Don't know if Beatty's hurt, Mike.
Beatty on the sideline. Fletcher checks, Manning checks, clock running down. Timeout, Giants. Pretty big 3rd and 10. We have a penalty marker also thrown in the back. 3rd and 10 coming up.
So the Giants leading 13-10. Eli Manning forced to call timeout, but they move in the
chess game at the line of scrimmage. Redskins caught the Giants there, so Eli had to take a timeout. Giants have converted the last 3 3rd and 10s. This is 3rd and 9. And David Deal remains in the game at left tackle. Will Beatty being looked at on the Giants sideline. Against the 4-man rush. Manning underneath, dropped by Cruz and incomplete. That was officially moved to a 3rd and 10. It'll be another field goal attempt for the Giants.
A lot of moving around by these Washington Redskins. It's a loose zone coverage. They force Eli to throw the ball underneath the zone. You have to catch the ball first before you can run. That time Cruz needs to sit down and face the quarterback against the zone. He and Eli are not on the same page.
season of busy games for Lawrence Tynes continuing here tonight. 4th attempt, missed one, and 35. Inside the upright, the Giants add another field goal. First points of the second half.
So Lawrence Tynes connects on his 3rd field goal of the night. Rocky.
Defensive coordinator Jim Haslett sits next to London Fletcher. Soundtracks wearing a microphone tonight.
Get the ball. Come on, we need a takeaway. We need some takeaways, man. Let's get it back. Get a takeaway back. Come on, man. Let's go. Don't score. They don't score, man. They ain't score. Hey, lock it up. Tighten up. Tighten up. That's okay. Peace. Way to make a play.
Constant conversation and leadership. A great asset for a defensive coordinator. Every guy who's been doing this 15 years in St. Louis, Buffalo, and now here 60 years of Redskins.
No doubt. Jim Haslett's got to be pleased with the way their defense has found a way to get off the field in red zone situations. Giving RG3 a chance.
Tynes kicks 6 yards deep. Brandon Banks will get even to the 15-yard line. Adrian Tracy came down and made a good play for the Giants. I've seen a lot of RG3. The Giants have played ball control.
So 16-10 to the Giants. You can tweet us tonight at MNFUK.
The Giants offense has kept Robert Griffin III off the field. He did earn their respect in the opening game. 27-23 at the Meadowlands. The Giants home victory. Giants by 6, largest lead of the night. It's been a close game throughout. Heisman winner Griffin on the give. Morrison fumbled on the last drive, fighting for extra yards, and gets a first down. Impressive from a rookie.
Good read by Robert Griffin on the read option. This time he gets a give read. You see 94 Kiwanuka widen. Robert gives the ball off. And Alfred Morris is trying to make amends for his fumble by running over New York Giants. Impressive.
Griffin stops and throws. Not handled by Niles Paul.
Same play action pass they ran at the end of the first half. That time nothing doing. Griffin does a nice job keeping the play alive. They're trying to fool the inside linebacker on the weak side, throw the ball right in behind him. This time the Giants didn't buy it. Robert does a nice job getting to his outlet receiver. Ball's not thrown perfectly, but Niles Paul should catch it.
Give to Morris, open room in the middle. And Alfred's got a second first down at the 40-yard line.
Giants have never seen this blocking scheme. It's hard to imagine how hard it is to get ready for this style of offense if you've never seen it. Tom Coughlin not happy with his defense's inability to execute their assignments. Dive key, quarterback key, pitch key, all night long, or you will get gashed.
Evan Royster as Morris gets a break. 3 yards for the Penn State back, but for Morris, the rookie, sets here in game 12 of the year a Washington Redskin rookie record. Reggie Brooks out of the books. 93 that Brooks had 1,063 yards, and Morris goes past it 4 more games after tonight. The Florida Atlantic, a football program that Howard Schnellenberger, legendary coach in college, who actually was a Redskin draft pick way back when, back in his playing days. He got the program started there. And effusive praise for Morris. Griffin being chased by Umanura. And RG3 speeds into the sideline right near the first down marker.
Well, they run this stretch play over and over and over, and they hand the ball to the back. They've run the play about 10 times. They're going to hand the ball to the back. And on the backside, O.C. Umenyiora, he's got to account for Robert Griffin if Griffin comes out on the backside on a bootleg. And normally O.C. Umenyiora walks down quarterbacks. That time he saw the screen blurred by RG3. O.C. usually eats quarterbacks alive on that play. Not this one.
From midfield, Griffin straight back and passing to Josh Morgan. Fighting for first down yards. He almost lost the football. He's out of bounds right near that first down mark, but a yard shy of it.
Quick three-step drop. Robert Griffin can execute these plays from the pistol or underneath the center. Mike Shanahan bringing Robert Griffin along as a drop-back passer. Goodness knows what will happen if Robert Griffin can do all the things Mike Shanahan wants him to do. Those two together spell trouble for the rest of the league.
Off we go to the fourth quarter. Redskins driving down 6 on Monday Night Football.
So the end of the third quarter at FedEx Field. The Giants lead the Redskins 16-10, but RG3 taking them down the field. And we were just saying, weren't we, that if they did get to the playoffs.
Rushing impact of Robert Griffin III. One big run in that third quarter. He has 65 rushing yards tonight and has set an NFL rookie record for a quarterback with rushing yards in the season.
Second and short, Mike. Got to be alert for the shot play.
So the numbers there. Cam Newton's record last year made it about 48 weeks. Quarter starts with an inside give to Darrell Young. The fullback will pick up the first down at the 38-yard line.
Just the way they give the ball to Darrell Young is creative. They jab it in Darrell Young's stomach. They fake the stretch play to the tailback. They even got a fake end around on that play. Just a lot of good stuff. They just jab it in the fullback stomach. Watch this. And Morris is going to take his stretch course. Here comes an end around. They go to a lot of work, these Shanahans, on the simplest of plays. It's hard to find the ball when you play the Redskins.
37-yard line. And Alfred Morris with 7 yards to the 30.
Zone blocking, Mike. Snap after snap after snap. And it's a concert up front. These offensive linemen are doing an excellent job. They all step with their outside foot. Watch them. And they block the first level, which is the defensive lineman, and then they come up and get the second level linebackers. They're doing an excellent job. Play side, backside, giving Morris the option to press it, bounce it, or cut it back.
In the 30, Morris to the left. Puts his shoulders upfield, delivers the blow to Blackburn. First down to the 25.
This fullback, Darrell Young. Where do they find him? This Bobby Turner, the running back coach. You find a linebacker at Villanova, you say, we're going to convert you to fullback. You go find Antrell Roll and knock him off the screen. Excellent job by Darrell Young, the fullback, as a runner and a blocker, and that's what you need from a blue-collar fullback.
Morris over 100 yards, 5th time this year. Timeout taken by Griffin as the play clock is running down. 1st and 10 coming up. 2:06 gone by, 4th quarter.
So 12:54 to play, 16-10 Giants.
And 65 on the ground. A lot of it with the quickness. Our sports science team, led by John Breakus, hard at work to break down the science. The throwing motion, 35/100ths of a second. Aaron Rodgers type quick release. Pocket collapses, he takes off 15 miles an hour in about a second. Adrian Peterson type acceleration. Put the package together. You have the number 2 pick in the draft. You have one of the most popular athletes to splash on the scene in Washington. Great impact rookie for the Redskins, a long-standing franchise that has seen great players. Really energized a fan base that had become ambivalent with a team that was below 500 a lot of late. They're still there right now, trying to get to 500 with a win. Morris carry it to gain of 3 yards, the 22-yard line.
Giants play a lot of different personnel groupings on defense. Nickel. They have 2 big inside tackles right now, Bernard and Canty. And they'll eat up the inside running game. And then they have active edge rushers. You see Tuck out there, 91. 90, Pierre Paul. And they play 3 safeties. Stevie Brown, Roll, Kenny Phillips together quite often in this game.
It's on the sideline here, 2nd and 7. Griffin moves this leg, caught by Hankerson. Leonard Hankerson, second-year player out of Miami. Big hands, big body, gain of 14, first down Washington.
All that experience at Baylor in the shotgun pays off for Robert Griffin because he can throw the quick game in the shotgun. Watch him catch and release. Punch, reach, throw the quick game in the shotgun. Ball's thrown a little bit high, but RG3 can catch the ball and get rid of it quickly and very accurately in the shotgun, and that's not as easy to do as people think.
Redskins looking to take the lead. Griffin peeping, throwing end zone, touchdown Redskins! Pierre Garçon.
Superb drive by Griffin, and give Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator, a lot of credit. Some great stuff on that drive. A lot of plays look exactly the same, and they're different. It's going to look like a read option, and Garçon's going to come from your backside, but you talk about putting the defense in serious conflict. They have to come and get Robert Griffin, and when they do, there's nobody left for Garçon.
High 4-back, bad snap, great job on the hold by Sav Rocca, the punter. 12 plays, 86 yards. Griffin's great ability on display. Touchdown Garçon. The Redskins lead by 1.
So 17-16 to the Washington Redskins, and RG3 takes them down the field and gets the job done. Tim Tebow was in focus a lot last season because Denver tried to run this offense that Washington are running tonight. But Tebow couldn't throw the ball like Griffin can. This is how good this run-pass option offense can be when you've got a quarterback with the running ability and the kind of arm that RG3 has. Tebow had got the legs, not necessarily the speed, but he'd not got the accuracy with the pass, had he?
Well, Griffin and the Redskins have had 2 drives in this second half. That one, 12 plays for the touchdown. Such as Kyle Shanahan and Kirk Cousins, also in this draft, the rookie quarterback, and the former Giant Michael Strahan, making another national TV appearance as he's on the sideline. Wilson the kickoff. Now he goes block to get to the edge, and the speed of Wilson coming back to the inside. There's a penalty marker down as Wilson comes down near midfield. Not 1, but 3 flags thrown. That'll bring it back.
And every special teams play tonight for the Giants.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 63. Half the distance to the goal. New York keeps the ball. First down.
Well, the line slides to the left, and you're going to see the fullback, Darrell Young, cut Justin Tuck with help from Alfred Morris. And at the top of the screen, there's no one left for Pierre Garçon. But it's an aggressive sell of the read option. Justin Tuck gets cut at the point of attack. Wow. Griffin gets the corner with a run pass option. And when Rivers goes and gets RG3, he drops it off. He's changing the game with the way he plays the position.
Giant drives this half and started at the 9, and now the 8. Bradshaw. Victory for Ahmad Bradshaw. London Fletcher watching the last drop.
Go. Got another half of football play. Come on, come on. You need a touchdown, baby. You need a touchdown. Touchdown! Yeah! 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 Oh, yeah, baby.
2nd and 6. Bradshaw bounces off the tackle by Rob Jackson. Others waiting, including Stephen Bone. 3rd down for the Giants coming up.
Hey, the Giants are trying every way they can to run the football. A lot of creative runs. Fullback goes one way, tailback goes the other. They're doing everything they can with Hypnoski to fool them. Hypnoski goes one way, Bradshaw goes the other way. That time, Johnson, number 50, fills the hole with a lot of help from his teammates. This place is rocking like the old RFK, Mike.
They're rushing 5, and Eli in trouble. Down. Sacked by Jackson.
Nowhere to go. Coverage sack. Jim Haslett throwing a book at Eli Manning. A lot of different looks. Zone coverage, man-to-man coverage. Johnson, number 50, comes off the left side late. He peeled with Ahmad Bradshaw in coverage, and then he said, you know what, I'll sneak up and get you, Eli, and he did.
First sack of the game, 2nd of Jackson's career. Weatherford backed up. Looking out of his own end zone. 53 yards. He banks backing up to the 40. Hit and brought down. Chase Blackburn, who was out there for that long last drive, comes down on special teams to make the tackle. Redskin ball, their own 44, working with a 1-point lead.
So 17-16 to Washington, and very good field position now for Robert Griffin III, just short of midfield. Where did that defensive stand come from? All of a sudden, Washington are finding pressure as well.
Yeah, they're finding a way to get
The office, the question around quarterback draft time was 1, Luck, 2, Griffin. You saw Griffin up close. You impressed with how he's translated Baylor to the NFL?
Incredible. There's really not a throw that Robert can't make. Obviously, he can do all the things you want him to do in a running game. I don't know if RG3 would go to Indianapolis and play like Luck is playing in the Colts offense, and I don't think Luck could come here and play in the offense RG3's playing, but I'd love to have either one of them. Man, are they dynamic, and both great people, too. That's the big thing. Great human beings.
Giants had their first 3 and out. Best field position for either team tonight. And a Morris run gains about 2 yards.
Chase Blackburn, he just ran down the field 50 yards, made a tackle on special teams. Number 93, the middle linebacker, playing hard. Nice work. Robert Griffin continues to put these defensive ends of the Giants under tremendous stress and conflict with this option game.
Backing up to throw. Caught by Garcon, a couple of yards shy of the first down. Pittsburgh Kamara and Trell roll over there.
I mean, what do you tell the defensive end if you're the defensive line coach of the Giants? Jason Pierre-Paul, the tight end blocks down, you close. Oh, nobody has a quarterback. Then it's Matthias Kiwanuka. Right tackle blocks down. You don't close, and they hand the ball off to Morris. And then Justin Tuck says, well, oh my goodness, I got cut by the fullback. I don't know what's happening if I'm a defensive end for the New York Giants. Are they blocking me? Are they bluffing me? Are they chopping me? Are they doubling me? They're totally neutralized in this game.
3rd and 1. Morris with Chris Cooley in there as a 3rd tight end, leading the way for a Washington first down. That'll take us under 8 minutes.
Take a look at this ball. Right off your left side, but again, keep an eye on number 36, the fullback. Nice adjustment by Chester at right guard. Just good hard running. I don't know if we'd call the Redskins the Hogs, Mike.
No.
But they're able to run the ball as effectively as they used to.
But 8 yards a run tonight on 22 carries. An average that'll go down as Jason Pierre-Paul able to tackle Morris, who has 109 yards in the game tonight.
And JPP is going to have to make some plays against the run so he can rush the passer. This time, Trent Williams tries to reach block him. He does an excellent job falling back to the inside, keeping vision on the football and making a tackle.
Good matchup of 2 guys taken to the top 15 of the same draft in 2010. Pierre Paul, the 15th pick, Williams, the 4th overall. Under 7 minutes, Griffin slings it to Logan Paulson with a flag down. Go the other way. Offensive pass interference signal.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 82. 10-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
We watch all the games together every Sunday. I feel like there's more offensive pass interference calls this year in the league since the post-replacement ref games.
I don't see that call. I think pass interference, if it's not completely obvious, I would prefer the officials just leaving the hanky in the pocket. On some of these quick bang-bang, 3-step drops, there's going to be a little contact.
Just show the replay. Mike Shanahan saw it. And he's off to give the official a piece of his mind.
I agree with him. Through the screen on 2nd and long in the first half. Let's see what Kyle Shanahan has in store.
Second and 20. Griffin being chased down by Kiwanuka. Gets away. Downloads downfield. Inbounds, no. Joshua Morgan couldn't get the other foot down.
With Santana Moss, can't believe RG3 didn't air one out right here. As soon as Kiwanuka missed the tackle, off went Santana Moss. Watch this, Mike. I think Moss is in the slot right here. But once RG3 breaks contain, watch Santana Moss take off over his outside shoulder. He's saying, please give me a shot. And normally RG3 has the cannon to let it loose. Must not have seen him.
So long and strength of the Giants at front four. The defense, it's 3rd and 20. Right up their alley here with 6.5 to go. Griffin deep drop, overthrown, and for Morgan, incomplete. And the Giants defense comes up with that much-needed stop. 6:17, plenty of time for Eli and Big Blues offense.
Jason Pierre-Paul is exhausted. He's tired of chasing this RG3 around. Running plays, play action. I don't know if I'm being blocked or not half the night.
Rocca gets the punch away quick. Randall from the 16 protects the ball and goes down after what will be a gain of a yard. Eli Manning and the Giants down 1. A ton of time for them.
6:06 to play. Redskins leading 17-16. Eli Manning about to get the ball back for the New York Giants. We saw one or two interesting graphics on the screen during that previous drive. And we also saw he's only down by 1 and he's got the ball. Let's get back and see what the Giants do.
20 with Ahmad Bradshaw. Gain of only about 4 yards, only 5 as Mediu Williams makes the hit. But Bradshaw kept churning. Eli's been here a ton of times, John, and he's done it. He's got that coolness and the calm about him in the biggest games. The tightest spots, he's come through with the perfect plays so often.
Been quiet in the second half. The Redskins playing a lot more zone coverage. Surprisingly, the Giants continue to try to run the football. But as you said, it's Eli Manning time.
Will Beatty back in. They checked out his shoulder. He's returned to left tackle. 5 back to Bradshaw, and skip through the hole. And Mediu Williams, that safety keeps creeping up. And a flag comes down here.
There's a horse tackle on Mediu Williams, Mike.
Sean
Locklear down for the
Personal
Giants.
Foul, unnecessary roughness, horse collar tackle, defense, number 41. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
You saw that live, John, so it'll tackle on the 15, but Tom Coughlin's concerned for the moment with the 9th-year player for North Carolina State. Oh, it's Locklear's leg. His right leg twisted violently back in the other direction as he took the hit. Injury timeout.
That looked nasty, didn't it? The knee buckling underneath the Giants lineman. Timeout.
taken off the field, and his Giants teammates take a moment in support of Locklear. In a ton of pain. You can certainly tell why if you saw that replay as we went to break. Long time in Seattle, 4 starts here with Washington last year, and tonight started his 9th game for David Deal. And
you know, David Deal's been hurt as well, Mike. Left last week's game with a burner, has had an MCL problem. Beatty left the game earlier tonight as well. $15-yard penalty on Mediu Williams. Sets Eli up with good field position really for the first time in this second half, Mike.
And they replayed that penalty several times in the stadium here, and the fans were getting on the officials as we were away for that horse collar call that gets the ball to the 43-yard line.
Officials have called this game very close tonight.
Flushed and throws. He was out of tackle box, incomplete. Giants wanted a flag on the Redskins. D'Angelo Hall ended up coming in on the pressure.
These two safeties, they're trying to disguise. You don't know if it's going to be too deep or if it's going to be single safety, but throughout the snap count, one's going back, one's coming forward. Sometimes they both go back, sometimes one does. They're doing a great job. Mediu Williams, Gomes, Jim Haslett has his defense doing everything they can with help from the crowd to confuse Eli.
They creative pressure. D'Angelo Hall off the slot coming in inside the end, doing the same thing again as Manning throws, tries the back shoulder. It's caught by Nix, out of bounds.
Eli said last night this fly stop has been a staple in our pass offense with Akeem Nix. They just haven't been able to get this pattern done, the fly stop. I think it's a good call. The old days, there was a force-out rule, no more. Nice play by Cedric Griffin.
There's the definitive look, foot on the line. Last 5 pass plays, 4 incompletions, 1 sack. 3rd and 10. Manning throws. Then it's caught for the first down by Martellus Bennett again. But a flag down, back by Eli.
Yeah, Will Beatty, I think, can hold him, Mike.
Is that Rob Jackson's pass rush?
Holding. Offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Jackson got off quick. Bottom of your screen, you'll see Beatty blocking number 50, Jackson. Got him hooked right underneath the throat. Huge penalty, and penalties have destroyed the New York Giants tonight.
Most in a game in 2 years. October of 2010. Last time the Giants had 9 or more in a game. 3rd and a long way, and Eli will just get it to Bradshaw. How much can he get? Not much.
Nice job by the former New York Giant, Barry Cofield. It's a middle screen. Good call in a long yardage situation, and number 96, Cofield, reads out of the charge. He gets an assist on the tackle.
The punt returner, Brandon Banks, as I said earlier, has made some poor decisions. Here he cannot afford that with 4 minutes left to secure the catch. Oh, they throw a flag as they run into the kicker. I don't think he was rough. Banks is going to be tackled at the 26-yard line by Chase Blackburn. So Brian Keel, who was just signed here from Kansas City, played for the Redskins in preseason, comes up to the punter, tries to hold up Weatherford, who tries to act this out. Is it 5 or 15? The 15's an automatic first down, but Washington had 4th and 16.
Run into the punter or trying not to run into the punter.
In the NBA, that would be a fine for flopping. It's minimal contact. But a long conversation going on here. And Jerome Boger, the referee. It's Boger's flag. He threw the flag back there. His responsibility to watch the punter, much like it's his responsibility to watch the quarterback.
Running into the kicker. Kicking defense, number 53. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 4th down.
Go back to a re-kick situation here on 4th and 11 with 3:51 to go. Jerry Austin, referee in the booth.
I know the contact is very slight, but until that kicker gets his kicking foot firmly on the ground, he's not to be contacted. And his foot is just off the ground when the contact occurs, and that makes it a run-in into the kicker.
But that's just a 5. That's
just a 5-yard penalty.
So now Jerome Boger announced on the mic that he's going to take the play back here because you weren't going to get a drastic difference in field position, and the Giants don't want the extra play, the time to run off there. So the play will go back to Washington ball with 3:51 to go. Tight game in the NFC East. Biggest lead has been 6 points either way tonight. Super Bowl champion Giants have been in a bunch of these fights, trying to get to 8-4 in a 2-game lead. Cowboys pulling for the Redskins. See if it'll be a 1-game tighter margin and a very interesting final quarter of the season.
Giants in their base defense. Haven't seen much of safety Kenny Phillips since earlier in the first half, Mike.
Phillips battling a knee injury. Re-injured in the 4th quarter against Green Bay on Sunday. Griffin on the run, gets to the edge, trying to stay in bounds, took a high hit at the 35 by Boley, and he's down inbounds.
I love this option series, but I don't remember quarterbacks getting hit like this. Great decision by Griffin. Tuck bites on the fake, but listen to this. Quarterback can't get hit on his right shoulder or any part of his body like this. Got to get down.
And that forearm is into the back. It's not the back of the head, so there's no flag. And Boley does the right thing, and so does Griffin by staying in bounds, keep the clock turning. 2nd and 2, and a big first down picked up with the fullback, Jarrell Young. And that'll take us inside of 3 minutes. That was huge.
I'll tell you the most impressive thing about Griffin, you want to say it's his running ability, his passing ability, his leadership skills. What impresses me the most is the way this kid continues to get up and fight. He must be one tough customer because the more he gets hit, the madder he gets and the better he plays.
See if the Giants use their timeouts here this side of the 2-minute warning. Try to preserve time and get the ball back here. First down run. Morris, who fumbled earlier, protecting at 2:20 and 2:19. The clock will stop with a Coughlin timeout after first down. 1 left for the Giants.
So 2:19 to play, 17-16 Washington. Still lots of you sending tweets in at MNFUK. Delighted that so many of you are still with us in the wee small hours. Rocky and I really appreciate it. Just on the Washington Redskins thing here in RG3, he's not playing like a rookie at all. This is a very mature display by a very inexperienced quarterback in a very big game.
It is a big game right now, and again, I would go back to what I said before. A year ago, he's playing college football. Now he's in one of the biggest stages.
Coughlin needs to take the timeout here after second down, use the 2-minute warning to try to get the ball back, but they need to stop it. Griffin throws complete. Garcon, first down.
Not even contested.
figuring they're going to run.
Pass.
Yep.
Wow, Mike. Eliminate the linebackers. There's nobody home on a slant route. And RG3 executes it perfectly and makes the perfect throw.
The Giants have one timeout left. And John, the wicked play action, gets the Giants again.
Well, the line slides one way. They basically triple team Jason Pierre-Paul. And watch Roll, Rivers, and Blackburn bite on this fake. There's nobody back there for Pierre Garçon. It's just great protection. Outstanding ball handling. Hard to defend. And don't forget, Pierre Garçon was one of Peyton Manning's go-to guys.
Can't kneel it down to run the clock out. There's a run up the middle. Morris, he's fighting for extra yards. They'll stop him. The Giants will take a timeout here, their last, with 1:53. About the best the Giants could do would be get the ball with no timeouts and around 12 seconds left. So the odds are really long here against the Giants. And the Redskins are in great shape. GMC postgame coming up next on SportsCenter. Full reaction and recap of this one as the Redskins are that close to winning a third consecutive game in the division.
Well, when you commit this many penalties, you're going to lose. You think about the 3rd and 10 play, the completion just a minute ago to Bennett to give the Giants a first down, called back for holding. Intentional grounding in the red zone in the first half. Numerous penalties in special teams. And if you give RG3 too many opportunities, he's proven tonight, as he has all year, he'll finish you.
Hey, long.
2nd and 6. Here is Morris running forward to the 35. Giants trying to get their hands on the ball here. Clock continues to run. And the next snap will come with about 1:05 left on the clock.
The only thing that matters here now is ball security. You'll see the Redskins reduce their line splits, tighten them up, try to prevent run through. And they're going to crawl right back into this race, Mike.
You remember back in the Super Bowl how close the Giants were and the Patriots let them score. You're much farther away at this point, but it's about your only shot to get the ball back with any time at this point on the Giants side. Shanahan and the Redskins let the clock run down. They stop it with 1:07 left before 3rd and 3.